it's so easy for children, and they're proud, and then they've made it themselves, um, and then they can play with it and have it talk and put on little plays and at school or at home, and so much fun. I'm going to pass this around. These are just some original creations that children came up with on their own. And Sally mentioned these, that she absolutely
I just love
loved the
imagination of that.
the imagination of the children by taking a shoe print shape and then coming up with their own creations, that they didn't follow anyone's step by steps. And you can see their ages of the children involved in that. And
Yeah.
I did a lot of presentations to early childhood educators and primary grade teachers at teacher conferences, and that was with my book Year-Round Holiday Crafts by Carson DeLoza, and then Big Bulletin Boards, A Cooperative Approach by Scott Forsman Company. But I love presenting to teachers, and I'm just a real right brain creative. Sally's a right brain creative. Some people are into math and science and astronauts, and I mean, we all have our gifts, but all of we it's just who I am, and I love creating, and I love teaching to teachers and to children. And but some teachers, or some people, oh, I'm not artistic, I can't draw, and it's very disturbing to me when I hear like a third or fourth grade child's, they stop and they don't think that they can draw, and they're not artistic, and they can only do stick figures, and they're embarrassed to show anyone anything better, so then they stop drawing, and it's a hand-eye coordination business, and just the more you do, the better you get at practicing anything, whether it's skiing or playing tennis or swimming or riding a bicycle. And so it really bothers me when I hear adults and children say, oh, I can't draw, I'm not artistic. And yes,
Especially in today's world where the kids get started on the electronic toys so early. This is a dynamite way to encourage them.
right,
Yeah, they might not be creative at first, and you go through the steps, and
right.
to encourage that creativity is very important, I think, too.
Well, it really is important, and I know with the creation of the iPad and tablets, of just swiping. I mean, I was just with my little relatives over Thanksgiving, and they had their tablets and they were swiping. I mean, this is like a 3-year-old swiping or pointing and doing these little games, little children's games on his little tablet. And that's fun and interactive to a point, but they need more than that. And they do need the hand-eye and the hand coordination and the fun of, using their own imagination and creativity. But they just need to develop these skills. Thank you for, mentioning that, because I think we need to be but we need to be balanced. We can't always eat vegetables, or we can't have, candy all the time. We have to be well balanced in our diets and in our activities, for children. Otherwise, we're not going to have that whole person developed. I can't live long enough. I've been at this, like I said, a long time, but I have projects sitting in files and stacks in my office, and I've got some really big things that I'm really, I don't know, I don't know, I don't even know how they've come about particularly, but I got a U.S. patent on a folding apparatus. And did I ever think, or plan to have a U.S. patent on anything? No, I'm a mother of 4 little boys. I'm a grandmother. I'm a kindergarten and a first grade teacher. You know, yes, I was Miss Karen when I was 24, and that was just fun, and I wanted to teach thousands of children. And yes, you know, I taught creative arts for a young child and storytelling and puppetry when I was 26 years old at UPS. Yeah, those were, I mean, I'm still doing it. Creative arts for the young child and storytelling and puppetry. I was 26. Do you know how old I am now? I'm very old. And I should be retired, but I won't. I'll never retire. Will you ever retire, Sally? Never. Because I just love creating. But anyway, this patent came about. And then it's been an amazing journey and a most exciting journey beyond anything I'd ever imagined.
Is it a creative or a toy?
It's a folding apparatus, and it's the newest book technology in the world. And there's 4 sides to every page. So it's called Push and Peek. You push and then you peek inside. And so there's 4 sides. There's 2 sides on one side, and it wasn't until a year later that I realized it works on the back side too. And so it works on the back side. That gives you 4 sides to a page. And I've had the CEO of Toys R Us, the CEO of Discovery Toys. I've had the executive editor at Random House. Many other publishers that it sort of like knocks them off their chair, and they get very, very excited. And I have prototypes made at Leo Papers plant in China. And I had a man from Russia in Seattle. He was the president of his company. And he told me to forget the books, that there was enough money in educational flashcards. Because he said every country, all children throughout the world have to learn English. And so it's a perfect application for bilingual. And so I'm just looking for a partner, someone to connect with, or else Sally and I are going to have to bring it out ourselves. And I just feel it's just too good to not get out there. And I've been encouraged by so many top leaders in the country. And that everyone gave me another little keep going, don't give up, you've got to do it. You have to find somebody to help you do this. And there's a brain specialist here in Seattle, and they said, oh yes, this uses bilateral brain processing. So yeah, it would be wonderful, even people like with stroke victims or handicapped, disabled people who have to relearn the language again, because it's hand-eye coordination. Here again, it's different from the iPads and the tablets. It's hand-eye coordination where they push and peek. So, yeah, there's a lot of benefits in it, but it's I'm hoping that it will sell.
Well, Sally's going to write illustrations for all those different.
Possibly, yes. And then I have another invention that I've had some interest in, and another friend and I, we've created a board book, a board game, and it's called Monkey House. And there's an a math component to that game, and it's grabbed some attention too. Lynn Kuski has Kuski Math for young children, and with the math component, it's been play tested at Bellevue School District. But I have funny, silly poems, lots of picture books for children, and I do have an agent in New York City right now, and I'm very excited. I think that she's going to sell some of my work in the next year, let's hope, because the more you do, more things come. And you just have to keep bringing out more things. But do you know that editors back in the big houses, they reject 98% of everything they get, and agents reject 97% of everything they get. So how could you be the top 3% in the country? And you don't know what these editors are really doing. You don't know what new things are coming out, because sometimes their lists are like 3 years long. So you don't know you know, you don't know who likes cats and who likes dogs and who likes silly and who likes, you know, nonfiction, whatever. I mean, it's just like throwing darts on the board because you really, it's hard to know. You can do research but it's very difficult. It takes a little luck and you know, perseverance. You must never give up. And if you really believe in your concept and all, you just have to keep going and believing, but never stop believing in the book that's inside of you. So it's fun, but it is difficult and discouraging. I don't know. Maybe part of maybe I don't know if they're battling depression or if it's the writing that makes them depressed, but because it is so challenging, so very difficult. But you've got to be who you are, and I love what I'm doing. I love creating. I love using my imagination and it just entertains me. And all my little books and projects and games and puppets, they're just like my little babies, you know, and I just want to share them. I think we all have gifts to share with the world, so we need to share what we have and share our best.